are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis.
It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 95 FM. Now, let's have some fun. Here is your host,
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a real thirsty Thursday. You know it's always brought to you by Tito's, but we're really thirst trapping out there. And I'm wondering what more of a thirst trap is for you. Are you more excited about the Grizzlies game tonight? Or the NFL draft? I don't know about you. I'm a lot more excited about the NFL draft.
Likewise.
You know, they say, what is it? Hope turns is like, what is it? The damn saying? I can't remember. Hope.
I have no idea where you're going with that.
I don't know. Maybe some hope.
Hope springs forth
Eternal,
anew.
some dope stuff. Anyway, hope, damn it.
Hope springs anew.
Hope is what I'm saying. And everybody hopes that their general manager and their team gets the guy, of course, that they won't, but the person that's going to help uplift their team. And everybody knows out there, Tennessee's taking Cam Ward.
Really?
And I'm just kind of curious. What do y'all think about it? Is he a guy who's going to be a difference maker? They have tried in Tennessee for a long time. I mean, Vince Young. I mean, ever since Steve McNair, it's been a little rough.
It's been shoot and big misses.
I mean, shots fired.
Yep.
Will Levis, I thought, was a very, very, very bad reach.
Well, I think we hit a pattern of a guy has one good game, and then we just sell all in.
Kind of like Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
He was very meh, and I mean, he was a good college quarterback.
Yeah.
But when he went to Pro Day and they saw his cannon, and remember, you'll never do this in the NFL, he rolls out to the left and he throws the ball back across his body, 63 yards or something. They were like, oh my gosh.
That's incredible.
Like they just got so, they're like, oh my gosh, I want some of that.
Yep.
I get it, man. You ever been to a wet tea contest?
No.
Oh my gosh. So when I was a young feller, they were very, very popular. We would go down to Panama City.
It's a great spot.
I mean, and there was this Club La Vila, huge club. One of the big things they always did is wet T-shirt contest. And let me just tell you something. You would be shocked.
I already am.
You take some sweet little girl out of some sweet little town, throw some Tito's in there, get her down in a spring break vibe. You have the song going, let me see your thong, da thong, 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 thong. You have like the Yo-Yo MTV Raps people down there and all that stuff. Next thing you know, they're in the wet tea contest. And guess what? Everybody looks great in wet tea. Then you talk to them afterwards and you realize, like, there's nothing there. It was just, I thought you were hot. But man, then you open your mouth. Kind of what's hurting Shedeur Sanders is opening his mouth. At least that's what they're saying from the coaches and their general managers.
It all ties back into sports.
But what I mean is like you fall in love with certain things. And the thing I fell in love with Cam Ward was not him just in a wet tea contest showing me his tatas. It wasn't one game. It's his journey.
Yeah.
It's going from leaving high school and nobody wanting you, still having the mental fortitude to bust your ass and go compete, to go to Incarnate Word, to go and then dominate, win that job. Again, he had to compete for that one. Then they bring him to Washington State. Didn't promise him nothing. Wins the job. Plays so well that Miami's like, oh, let me break you off some bread. Goes down to Miami with no defense. Has to score like a billionaire in a brothel. And he did that. Touchdowns. Yards. I mean, the kid has proved himself at every single level. And that's what I like about Cam Ward. He has he does the Pat Mahomes quick release out to the screen, which I think is going to be very, very
That's perfect for Brian
effective.
Callahan's offense.
I mean, he catches the ball, he doesn't look for the laces. It's just boom, boom, wham.
Yep, and I like that.
Then he also throws such a catchable ball. And he always keeps his eyes down the field. That's what you need to do in the NFL.
He's got good pocket presence too.
Feels the rush. Does not. You watch the tape. This dude ain't Quinn Ewers in the pocket.
No.
He does not. I've watched so many Miami games, and I've watched a lot. Jay Ham, of course. He's got these dudes' views from the 22. And they did a 4-hour breakdown the other night on just different positions, the quarterback, running backs, yada, yada. I'm watching it. And, man, they went through some of the film. And, again, the pocket awareness, the ability to block everything out. I never saw Cam Ward flipping out, freaking out. He's very cool, calm, and collected. And, again, he has vision. You have to see it before you can throw it. And he sees it, and he processes information extremely fast. He doesn't have the most beautiful arm angle, but a lot of people don't remember Dan Marino threw the ball, and it was the fastest damn. Let me tell you something. He released that junt so fast it wasn't even funny. Dan Marino's a machine. Dan the man. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Einhorn is a man.
Yep. That was, I think, the first movie that had a transgender character in it.
I think you're right, because I didn't do any other
Ace
research.
Ventura, historian right here. My point is it came out so fast. Dan fell in the draft. Cam's going to go first because the draft class is not that great. And I'm not comparing them to Dan Marino. It's just the nitpicking that I saw a little bit on, my show I like to watch ever since Joy Taylor had the suit with Acho. Something about the locker room or something. Point is, well, I think he's going to have a lot of balls batted down. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've watched Drew Brees, a little dude, play in the National Football League and throw it on his toes. Did he have a high release? Yes.
Shoot Bryce Young.
But they're the same one. Yeah, I don't even talk about Little People League today.
Not today.
Not today.
Not for
the
draft day.
LPL. But again, I'm wondering what y'all think of the Sissy's Log Cabin text in listener line. Life is too short for ordinary jewelry. No, he's not a Peyton Manning esque recruit. No, this dude is not Andrew Luck coming out of college. What this dude is a grinder with damn good skills who's, turned himself into, I think, what's going to be a damn good draft pick for the Tennessee Titans. I think this guy is finally going to be the starter for Tennessee for a while.
I agree.
I actually feel like it's a safe pick. Now, am I scared of Jackson Dart? Yes, not because Jackson Dart is not also a grinder. I mean, my man, dude eats, breathes, drinks football. Down in Oxford, he's like a horse with blinders on it, like before the Kentucky Derby. He walks down the street. He don't even see hot chicks. Dude's just thinking football.
That's a superpower.
And that is a superpower. The man is hyper-focused. Bo Nix is very similar. But in a different way. Like, Bo Nix got married, played more college football games than anybody in college football history until Dylan Gabriel broke that record this year. But he's a grinder. I like the fact that, Jackson Dart's got a huge base. He's strong. Jackson Dart, I've said this, reminds me of Jalen Hurts. Thing is, I think you're realistically, Jackson needs to go to a place where they can surround him actually with talent. And I still feel like he's not a day one starter.
Where do you think he lands?
Man, I feel like the whole fact that, like, it seems like there's a sexy marriage to the Giants.
Really?
I mean, Dave.
Yeah.
You know, you have Joe Judge, who was on Ole Miss's staff last year. Now he's with the Giants. You have Charlie Weiss Jr., who called the plays. His dad is great friends with Brian Daboll. They all came up together. Daboll loves physical quarterbacks. Josh Allen, coming out of Wyoming, was not polished at all. Terrible footwork. Arm was like Byron Leftwich, just wound that Jun up, and now he's an MVP.
Yeah.
Daboll believes he could probably do the same with Jackson Dart. I believe he possibly could. And then there's the other one who I feel that is a day one starter, and that's Shedeur Sanders, in the aspect that he is very, very tough. I mean, the dude was sacked 99 times, played behind a terrible offensive line. But for as the rumors of him having the worst interview ever, I kind of sometimes wonder if that's like him doing that because he didn't want to go to that specific team. I know, like, that Sanders family thinks a little different. They ain't showing all their cards. They ain't putting their best foot forward for somebody that they don't want to play for, I believe. But if you watch his play, damn it, terrible, terrible offensive line. But he completed a record 74% passes behind that line. And then the thing that's so weird is everybody talks about how, all of his completions were behind the line of scrimmage. Not all of them, no. Like 40%.
Yeah, there's a whole highlight reel.
But guess what? It's because they had a bad offensive line.
Yep.
You can't always be looking down the field for Hunter and Horn.
Well, it was like 2 years ago. I remember going to a Titans game. This was Derrick Henry's last year there. And we all know the beast that Derrick Henry is, and they were playing the Raiders. And our offensive line is historically known for being horrible. And I was sitting there watching that game and saying, and like people were getting frustrated because Derrick Henry wasn't getting anything going. If you watch the game, as soon as the ball is hiked, the whole defensive line is in the backfield. Doesn't matter how good you are, but as soon as you get the ball and you're immediately running side to side. So props to Shedeur for having that many hurries, that many pressures, that many sacks, and still being able to do what he did.
And the other thing that I found fascinating, and I stole this from NFL, from Dan Orlovsky.
Ooh.
306 of his passes last year, because you know they break it down over there,
Yeah, they do.
were to the open receiver. What it means is if you scan the whole field from the top like they do, and you look, and they're like, okay, which was the receiver with the most separation? Where was the proper read? Who were you? 306 completions last year to the proper read. That was most by any quarterback last year in college football.
That's fantastic. He doesn't force balls.
He doesn't throw it into too many tight windows.
You know,
but he's not like Drew Allar, like at Penn State, who I'm talking about. Like, again, that's why I don't like Tyler Sowell. My man reminds me of Drew Allar. Sometimes they make just throws that you wonder, like, what the hell? Where was that going? Like, you're like, whoa. I feel like he processes slow. And just like Drew, people love him because he doesn't turn the football over. Because he won't throw through any tight window. Like, I need you sometimes in the NFL. You're just going to have to trust your guy to make a play on the ball sometimes.
Or you take a sack.
And I don't see Tyler doing that in things of like those type things. It doesn't seem to be his game. But again, Shedeur Sanders, a guy who throws it to the open receivers, the one thing you do kind of wonder, can he force things? And then you look at the tape, and you have to remember that Travis Hunter guy. Yes, he threw it to the open receiver, but he also did have the cojones to say, all right, my guy's covered, it's one-on-one, but ball in a spot where it's catchable. These are great qualities for quarterbacks, people.
Amazing qualities.
Now, Shador right now, again, the gambling odds have him going in the second round minus 125. I was still shocked about that this morning.
There's no way he actually goes second round.
Man. Don't mess with Vegas. They don't play. Think about what Vegas does. There's nothing in the world other than Vegas that backs itself into a corner, opens up its arms, and says, I will take on all comers. Bring it. I ain't afraid. They don't set them lines they do. Sometimes they set them just to mess with your head. Because it is a mind game. But I don't know, man. I'm excited about the NFL draft.
I am too. I'm looking forward to it. That's why I'm decked out in my Titan stuff.
And again, I don't think like there's the only person that is a quarterback that I'm just like, damn, I love him, is Cam. I mean, damn, great ball placement, strong arm, gets the ball out quick, keeps his eyes down the field. The projects out there, though, this is going to sound crazy because you got me on a rabbit hole yesterday. Bro, everywhere I look, Seth Hennigan is getting love from everybody. You brought up who was it yesterday?
The Fernelli rating.
The Fernelli rating, and he was the number 2 quarterback.
Number 2.
Then you watch, of course, the Gruden thing with Seth Hennigan. It's a love fest. Then just go do me a favor and find a few analysts out there that I've mentioned. There's some clips out there. You can find them on the X or whatever social media you do. And you will be surprised how much love he's getting. Like Seth, who started, what do we like in the NFL? More than 30 starts. Look at Brock Purdy. He played at Iowa State, had over 30 starts, was able to come into a system because he's been in the fire. Seth Hennigan's been in the fire. And I'm telling you, he will be drafted. And I don't know if he's ever going to be a starter. I don't know. But I do know, no matter what, I have a feeling he's going to be in the NFL for a long time, making damn good money. Damn good money. Now, the defensive ends, the pass rushers, and all those wonderful things out there. Like if you look up at this year's draft class, do you know what I think the strongest class, like the one group that could be filthy nasty for years to come, and you look back and you say, damn, do you remember in 2025? All these fools came out. And that's the running back class.
It's a strong one this year.
Like, damn, Ashton Genty at 5'8". Remember, like Ray Rice was that short. He wasn't as fast as Ashton Genty. Genty's more like 5'8", 212. And he is, so damn strong and fast. He had 2,601 yards rushing last year. And after contact, he had 3.6 yard average after contact. That's dominance. He can take it to the house. He reminds me of Alvin Kamara in New Orleans out of Tennessee. I like him.
You know, for all of that season, the leading rushing leaderboard was number 1 Ashton Genty, and then like number 4 was Ashton Genty yards after contact.
It was ridiculous.
And his whole NFL draft pitch is draft the dude that they can't tackle. I rest my case.
And the other thing is just the vision, okay? So, Hampton out of North Carolina, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, physical, great lower base, could be great in a zone blocking scheme, I think. Problem is, there's a lot of times when you watch the tape and his vision is terrible. Like he's not hitting the hole. He's not going where he's supposed to. He's running right into the back of his offensive lineman. He's running right into defenders. And I'm like, damn, bro, what are you looking at? Vision is very important, but he has everything. He's got breakaway speed. He can run you over. Hell, he can catch the damn ball. I like Travion Henderson so much, though. I think even for his size at 5'10", 210. He's the best blocking running back in the draft class. When you can block and save your quarterback's ass, you can be on the field on first, second, or third down. He also has breakaway speed. He ran a fofo. And he catches the ball out of the backfield like he's running, like he's a wide receiver. Like everybody's like third down back. My butt. This dude can play on any 3 downs. Now, you don't want to run him in the ground because he's not the biggest, most physical, not the biggest, the largest. But damn, you get this guy in there and get him 20 touches, and I think 15, 20 touches. The way he can pass block, I love him. I like him even more than Quinshon Judkins. Judkins is a shorter, he's not as tall as Leonard Fournette, but his running style is the exact same. It's downhill, it's north-south. Scattaboo. Like, the dude ain't Mike Allstott, people. But I think y'all watched that Texas game, right? That dude plays with heart. That dude's legs keep churning. I mean, damn. He looked like he was Earl Campbell against Texas.
He proved himself that game.
I mean, he proved himself the whole season. He carried that Arizona State. I love Kenny Dillingham. Don't give me a credit. He deserves a ton of credit. But, man, Cam Scattaboo carried that team on his shoulders all year long. Tough little SOB. Dylan Sampson, I haven't even mentioned him out of Tennessee. There's so many guys I need to talk about in the draft, but damn it, you know what? We got to take a break, got to pay bills, because guess what we doing? Isaac Simpson. We got to talk about some of these series. Damn, man, Houston and the Golden State Warriors series is going to be fun.
It already is.
Like, I'm juicy for Golden State Warriors, and I say I'm the prisoner of the moment. I don't think Houston has enough. I didn't think Jalen Green, I think he's going to get exploited. But damn, did they show up last night. And I think they were ready to fight. And I love that. Love it. Hoops on the other side with Isaac Simpson. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Sports 56 and 95 FM.
Air. We breathe it naturally. Simple, right? Not so fast. The air you breathe could be hazardous to your health. Don't guess. Be sure with a phone call to the Memphis Mold Inspector, the only licensed mold assessor in the Mid-South. Call the Memphis Mold Inspector to check the air quality inside your home and office. Protect babies, pets, new homes, old homes, employees, friends, loved ones, and you. Just call 901-292-7788 for clean air and peace of mind. 901-292-7788 for the Memphis Mold Inspector.
Corky's barbecue. Cooking it up. Down home way. Hit me slow, flavor like a good old day.
Hey, y'all, Jimmy Stone over here with Corky's Barbecue. Catering is our specialty. Millions of trusted cookies to cater their events for 40 years. As we make it easy for you and delicious for your guests. Whether it's 50 people or 100
fellas, it's Bill Russell at Russell Brothers Fine Jewelers, and I want to make you aware of something. Did you know that April is Diamond Month? Well, it is. And if your wife or your girlfriend or maybe your daughter has a birthday in April, Diamond is her birthstone. If your wedding anniversary is in April, then your wife surely deserves a diamond. Whatever the occasion, a small gift wrap box containing beautiful diamond jewelry from Russell Brothers will always hit a home run, and it will make you a hero in her eyes. A ring, a pendant, earrings, or a bracelet. You can't go wrong with a piece of jewelry from Russell Brothers Jewelers. It will be a gift that you'll treasure for many years. For 5 decades, Russell Brothers has been helping Memphis men find the very best in diamond jewelry for their sweethearts. Yellow or white gold, platinum or sterling. You cannot go wrong with a gift of exquisite diamond jewelry from Russell Brothers Jewelers. Come see us at 4646 Poplar at Perkins.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these flowers.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thursday. I'm fired up. We got draft, we got Grizz, we got NBA, we got baseball. And we got the best thing. Y'all know what's going on Saturday, right? Y'all been listening, right? You better have. You better get your tickets, and you better get them fast. Because the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival going down Saturday. It's 11 to 6, River Garden Park. We got a parade, 2 bands, 2 stages, 4 bands. 2 stages, 4 bands. Yes, sir, Bob. They got vendors for food and all kinds of stuff. But the thing is also, you got 60 teams competing for hot wing supremacy. And it's going down. Got a hot wing eating contest. I'll be having Tito's will be down there taking care of business. You will definitely see me over there hanging with the Tito's. All my homies will be there, like Junior Fortune Hunter, Red, Brasky, Money, Slender, Big Cheat. We got everybody. Come on down and join us. The Hot Wing Contest and Festival is going down. Go to worldwingfest.com to get your tickets. Remember, all the proceeds go to the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Like, you talk about class. Man, what a charity. Helping all those families when they have a kid over at St. Jude. It is an amazing place. And again, we've wrote, like, the wing, like Paul Gagliano, I haven't even given him any love. Gags, he's been putting this on. He's already raised, like, over $350,000 for the Ronald McDonald House of Charities over these years. Let's continue to add more cash to their pockets so they can take care of people. And there's just so many things like going down there on Saturday is going to be buck. It's going to be fun. You're going to love life. And they have great sponsors. Wonderful, wonderful sponsors. Man, there's just so many. Like, I can talk about RS Financial. There's one that I also, you know me. I like to go get my Tito's from good places. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you like Tito's? Yeah, John, I like Tito's. Well, Gaslight Wine and Spirits is a family-owned business. It's been serving Memphis for over 50 years. They've renovated it, looking beautiful. They're at 4177 Summer Avenue. They have a wide selection of spirits, wines, craft beers, specialty bourbons, and you know those little stony drinks? Whoop, whoop. You ever had one? THC and CBD products. Yeah, you know they got it offered. All right there. Bright, clean, easy to park. It's beautiful. It's old-fashioned customer service, so let them provide it for you. That is Gaslight Wine and Spirits. Thank you for all the sponsors for helping us put this on so we can raise all the money for the Ronald McDonald House of Charities. What is up, man? Landon, what you doing? Looking at me crazy.
Trying to call Isaac.
Oh, man, don't worry about it. If you missed him, he might have texted me and said he couldn't come on, and I don't know if you know this. I don't look at my phone very often until I'm here, and then I'll look at it, and then I'll get off guard and forget what I'm talking about and go on the sidebar. We good? Because you know what we're going to do? We're going to wait a minute, And then if he don't join us, we just rap without him.
Good things come to those who are patient.
Is that like Mr. Miyagi?
Let's say yes.
I like it. Bruce Lee had some good ones.
Can you do a Bruce Lee accent?
I can't even remember what he sounded like. What? I don't know, man. Is that good?
I was not ready for.
Yeah, I'm terrible. But I do have to tell you again, man, we have been talking a lot in an NFL draft, and a couple people have chimed in, and I just wanted to get this to you. He says, my man Randy, actually, who sent in the joke yesterday, congratulations, Randy, you are funny and smart. He said, I'm not sure how to word this, but when I look back at successful quarterbacks, I ask myself, was it the player or was it the system? It seems like you can have all the God-given talent in the world, but if you end up in some bad NFL systems, your ceiling is limited. Yes, many quarterbacks have been killed. I remember old David Carr coming out of Fresno State was a baller. And then, and by the way, he was fearless. And then he got in the NFL where the big dudes, and they cut him in half because he had no offensive line. They kept dropping him back over and over and getting him killed. And this dude had like PTSD in the pocket because his first 2 seasons, no quarterback in the first 2 seasons had been sacked that many times. He was getting pummeled. And they didn't put dresses on him at that time. I mean, they killed that kid. Like, he was absolutely destroyed because, like, and I hate this. I mean, I pulled the PTSD card, so I was, like, thinking about what I was about to say, but I'm not, like, comparing it to war, but other things can cause PTSD, and if you're in a pocket and you've always been successful and you can run everything, and then you get in there and you get behind this offensive line that's so booty, and then you stop trusting your eyes, you get happy feet, you get scared. Man, when doubt sinks in, you are screwed. And that happens to a lot of quarterbacks. And then you just have dudes that go to just terrible teams. And they just, terrible organizations. Do you know how many quarterbacks the Browns have killed? They've been doing it since the 60s. No. The last time they didn't kill one was Bernie Kosar. I mean, damn. And then they like to just let everybody know that they want to make sure that their quarterbacks are never successful by giving the stupidest contract in the history of the world to Deshaun Watson.
Amen.
And then think about it, like, dude, Houston goes out there and drafts him C.J. Stroud because Carolina is so stupid and took 5'9" Bryce Young. Little man. Again, Doug Flutie had to go to Canada to play. He had to, like, prove himself. Doug Flutie was a little baller, by the way. Tough little SOB. Stronger arm. But anyway, I digress. Also had a great one from Dennis. He said, oh, hell yeah. Good Lord. Nighttown in Fort Walton Beach was a lucky spot also. Wish I knew how. I wish I knew now what I didn't know then, brother. That is really good. And then he said the thing that was great. He said, Club La Vila, right beside world famous Club Sprinkle. Them days.
Yeah.
Them days, let me just tell you something. It's kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. The easiest way I could say is life was just easier. Liquor was cheap, and the girls were easy like Sunday morning.
Sounds like there's a song there.
I think somebody should make it into one.
Go for it, Johnny.
No,
I'll be your record label.
Now, I am going to talk a little basketball because the Grizzlies do play tonight, the Thunder. I am shocked at the line. OKC's only a 9.5-point favorite. Grizzlies have played them 6 times this season. The smallest margin of defeat was 13 points. So, seems like might want to take OKC.
I think that's a very safe bet. Like Cam Ward going to the Titans.
I don't know if it's that safe because you never know. The Thunder could have come in town early. Maybe they were across the street at the Westin. Maybe they went down and hit up Beale Street. Somebody went crazy and noticed them, and then next thing you know, they went Memphis. Man, started smoking their head.
We can only hope.
I mean, I'm just telling you, if you see one of them on the streets today, you know what to do. I ain't advocating for violence. I'm advocating for just the one simple thing. If you ain't in it to win it, why the hell you trying?
Amen.
They need our support. Could you imagine? By the way, I hope a lunatic is not listening and knows I'm somewhat joking. Somewhat.
Oh, good. I'm sure that lunatic heard it and was like, you know what?
Let's go.
I'm not going to do it anymore.
I got you, radio. I'm going to do this. I should have done that to... remember Arkansas? Was it Arkansas? What little ass school came in here and beat Memphis when I was down at the Westin and saw them that morning? Arkansas Little Rock or... Hell, I don't know.
In what?
When they beat the Tigers after the Billy Strings concert, when I was coming in at 7:30 in the morning.
What sport?
Basketball, Tigers.
Arkansas State?
Thank you. Why did
You're
I say
welcome.
Arkansas? Arkansas, man, how did I... Arkansas State? Damn.
Arkansas Tech of
No, it was
Southern
Arkansas
Louisiana.
State.
I'm just kidding. I'm messing
Or I
with
think. I don't even know.
you. It was Arkansas State. Red Wolves came in, embarrassed us. I was at that game.
Okay, thank you on a Sunday.
It was a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Rainy Sunday.
Yup.
Maybe that's what did it.
No, I jinxed them because I was on the elevator with all of them. And I was like, y'all got to... don't take it too hard. Y'all going to get boned. And then all they did was bone the Tigers in there. I was like, damn, man, I think I set them off.
I think you encouraged them. You
I
encouraged
did.
the wrong team.
Well, I would say Grizzlies, here's my encouragement. Go, go, go. Give them a good effort. This is so wrong and disrespectful to say. And it's also almost not fair to tell the whole truth. Because if you look at the end of their schedule, and I know a lot of people are going to laugh at me. John A., they fly first class. Did you see the end of the Grizzlies? Do you know what they had to do at the end of the year? They were flying and flying and flying and flying and flying all across the damn country at the very end. Then they had to go to the play-in game. You have to remember that, right? Then they had to come back all the way across the country and play Dallas. Then they had to fly back the very next night after a late game, go to Oklahoma City. Didn't think it was going to be 51 points. But I felt that game like they were tired. Now, the first quarter of game 2 made me want to vomit. They showed a little bit of fight. But if they're going to keep this within 9.5, they're going to have to fight the whole game. What are their odds of chances? What do you think?
That the Grizzlies, I think that this is the Grizzlies' one and only shot to win. And if we don't capitalize tonight, I think we get swept.
Yeah, because if you lose tonight...
I mean, you got the hometown crowd hopefully rooting you on, cheering you to victory, being behind you every step of the way. If we can't pull it off tonight, goodbye.
Because if you lose tonight, you know what you're doing?
Going back.
No, if you lose tonight, you realize, you know what? Saturday, we're going to end the season. Sunday, Cabo.
Are you taking the
Let's
team?
start this summer. Oh, no, dude. You know they got money?
They'll take you.
You know how much fun they'll have? Put a season behind you. One texter. Are you saying give OKC the gash?
There it is. The game plan of the century right there. That guarantees a Grizzlies win right there. If we give them the gash, which I'm, still learning about If we do that, I think we got this. I think we got this one in the bag.
I think Tyrese Halliburton, if he was a Grizzly, I think he'd catch it, the first basketball to get it for Memphis. You know that boy be clowning, right?
No, but I feel like you're about to tell me about it.
You know, he likes to drop things like he'll take a video and he'll shout out like 50 Cent after a show, and then he'll show himself, and there'll be two honeys,
Enough said.
like on the reg, and they different all the time.
Wow. Life of a superstar, I guess.
Yeah. This must be nice.
Must be. Couldn't be me.
Well, Grizzlies play tonight. I don't have a lot of faith, but I will tell you, I am supporting them. I'm rooting them on. And I love Ja. I love Dez. I like Tripp. But damn, they got to do something. Because right now, you can't blame this on TJ. You could blame it on T.I. You could also blame it on the fact that Ja out there about, 60%? And then I hope, rookie of the year, Jalen Wells, losing him in that fashion. Brandon Clark. And I hate to say it, Tripp needs to get down low sometimes. Your three ain't going in, bro. Try something different. I don't know.
What do you think the whole turning point in the season was? Because first half of the year, we were in conversations of, Grizzly could make the Western Conference Finals, or they could actually make a decent run. Then the All-Star break hit, and it was just felt like a different team. What happened?
The All-Star break.
The All-Star break really hit us that bad.
Bro.
Got us so off our groove.
I don't know what the hell happened after that.
Because we were playing. We were destroying the Warriors. We were knocking around every team that came in town. Then that break happened, and
Yeah. They didn't come back.
did Ja get his feelings hurt because he wasn't in the All-Star game?
No, he was, finger banging too much, maybe. I don't know. This is kind of sad subject.
It is.
I want to get back on hope.
Hope springs anew. The Titans are going to have a new quarterback. I'm kidding. We're talking about NBA.
I think it's hope springs eternal. I really do. Somebody out
Hope
there,
springs
901.
eternal.
For some reason, that's in my head. I don't know. Maybe again. Today, I'm gonna lie to you. I told you yesterday about that Rick Simmons oil, the RSO. It's the nectar of the gods. I'll leave it at that. If you know, you know. I know I got to pay some bills. I hope I see you out at the Wing Fest, man. It's the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival. Come on and join me Saturday. Go to worldwingfest.com. Get your tickets. Man, parade. 2 stages, 2 bands, an idiot like me out there with all my homies, vendors everywhere, hot wings cooking and smoking. Yes, and you when you're there, by the way, I don't know if you know this. Yes. You can, I can't remember. It's not very much, a few dollars. And again, it goes to the Ronald McDonald House. You can go try different teams' wings. They have different food. You ain't down with wings? If you ain't double the elbow, triple the bat wing? Double the elbow, triple the bat wing. Do you know what that is?
No.
When you see a woman, when she's waving her arm, if she swings any faster, she's going to fly off. Come back and they think of flapping. You know what I'm talking about? Double the elbow, triple the bat wing. Bat wing, that's the back of the arm of that fat that be flapping.
Oh.
That's also, I think, an original. Or maybe not. I don't know today.
Maybe, but we need to hit a break.
Hot Wing Contest is going down. It's a festival as well. Get your tickets. worldwingfest.com. Draft, Evie Van Pelt, Hardenwood, and yes, gambling. All the way down the road. Come back and join us. Sports 56. Man, why do I got Mr. Rogers in my head?
Sunshine?
What does Mr. Rogers say?
It's a good day in the
It's
neighborhood.
a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Come back and join us and be my neighbor. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Sometimes you just need to make it fast, like the fun that comes from a quick and nimble 2024 Honda CB500F. This amazing style streetlight to narrow 471cc twin, along with a sleek TFT display, dual disc front brakes, and standard ABS, all make it affordable price. Find fun in all wearing flexes in the 2024 Honda CB500F, available at DeSoto Honda, 5656 Wheeler Road in Olive Branch.
Wally Hatchet serves breakfast all day and Southern comfort food for lunch. Hatchet fans love our huge omelets, breakfast Sammies, scrambles, and chicken and waffles. For lunch, check out the Mississippi pot roast, chicken fried steak, grilled meatloaf are one of our best-selling burgers, lipstick on a cow. Pickup, delivery, and catering are also available. Visit WallyHatchets.com to order online. Wally Hatchets is located at 6439 Summer Avenue and open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Wally Hatchets. Count your blessings, not your calories.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work in them by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Top Gun is the largest indoor range in the Mid-South, but size isn't the only difference. Top Gun has the best instructors with over 300 years combined experience and classes all the way from first shot to master marksmanship. Plus, Top Gun is affordable. Gold membership is just $48 a month. That's just $1.60 a day for a limited range time. Free gun rentals with purchase of ammo and members lounge access. Top Gun, 2770 Witten Road, TopGunMemphis.com. Always ship with the best. Top Gun Memphis.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 kilowatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Thirsty Thursday. Always brought to you by the best Tito's. Guess what? Got a little programming note for everybody. Evie Van Pelt's going to be on the other side. We're going to talk with her, of course, about a little Jackson Dart. There's going to be a lot of Ole Miss players drafted this year. Trey Amos. I can go on and on and on. Walter Nolan. There's going to be a lot of Pooh Paul. Damn. They're going to have a lot. I'm going to ask her where she thinks Jackson's going and all those other good things. But guess what I'm doing at 12:30 today? I'm talking with Isaac Simpson.
No Hardwood?
I can give wood anytime. Just hit me up. 901-360-8255. Just let me know and I'll hit you right back.
You were right. It is Hope Springs Eternal.
Oh, damn. Did somebody hit me back?
No, I looked it up. Maybe somebody. No.
Oh, actually, here's one. Oh, man. Hope Springs Eternal is an idiomatic expression that conveys the idea that humans inherently possess an enduring sense of hope, no matter the difficulty they face. It expresses the notion that people retain hope and optimism even in discouraging circumstances. Damn, that was hard for me to get out today. But it was somewhere in my brain, hiding out. I got half of it. I was like, Hope Springs Eternal? No, that ain't right. Well, we're back. And hope does spring eternal because the NFL draft is tonight. Also, hope springs eternal. Even with as bad as the Grizzlies have looked, you got to have hope. You got to believe. You got to believe. Just don't bet on them, please. I haven't even got to talk about that Rockets Warriors game.
What a great game.
Or the fact that, the Tigers, by the way, Penny got a big boy, finally got somebody in the front court.
Uh-huh.
He's a big dude. 7'1", rim runner, Aaron Bradshaw, formerly of Kentucky, formerly of Ohio State, formerly a McDonald's 5-star All-American, coming to play with Penny. Man, you got Sincere Parker, Zachary Davis, Doug McDaniel, Aaron Bradshaw. Still got some pieces, baby. But he's doing a little work.
We're moving in the right direction.
I hope so. How the hell can you know? I remember
Hope Springs Eternal.
That's right. Sadly, it was so weird. Last year, I was like, dang, Danger? Like, dude, how's this going to work? And then, of course,
turned out to be our biggest baller.
He was a beast. Well, PJ,
Oh, yeah.
PJ, ridiculous.
That goes without saying.
Tonight, though, we got Knicks Pistons, Thunder Grizz, Nuggets Clippers, NFL Draft. And we got baseball. I haven't even been talking baseball yet. It's too much going on.
2 sweeps in a row for the Mets.
Man, they got the Phillies in extras yesterday.
Oh, what a game.
Man, I was sweating that joint.
Woo.
I was sweating that joint.
Yeah.
But we got Evie Van Pelt because we're going to talk a little Ole Miss. She is from the rebelwalk.com, #1 source for everything Ole Miss sports information. We got Isaac Simpson. I got a little bit of wood and a lot of bets. So don't you dare touch that dial. We're back in 2 shakes. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, Junior Hot and Crispy Fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time does not mean forever. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
The NBA 82-game grind is done, and now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here, and they're huge, and it's time For the all high-stakes drama, clutch moments, and jaw-dropping plays, if you're looking to make the playoffs even more exciting, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. It's the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Try placing a bet on your favorite player's performance. Will he drop 30 points, 40 or more? It's your call. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers. Bet just $5. $5, that's it. To get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. The code is HERD, that's me, H-E-R-D, and new customers will get $200 in bonus bets, betting just $5. That's it. That's simple. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
It's the Freedom of Choice pricing program, Ram Truck Month and Jeep Celebration all in one at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat on the Pike. 2025 Compass Latitude 4x4, $49.69 off MSRP at $24,796 with Jeep Select Terrain System. Go from snow, sand, and mud. 2024 Dodge Hornet RT all-wheel drive, $12,673 off, or $397 a month with a turbocharged 2.0-liter engine standard. One of the most powerful SUVs in its class, or 0% for 72 months is available. 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab with best-in-class payload capacity, now $13,335 off MSRP, or 1.9 for 72 is available. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat online at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
7704, MSRP 29765, Hornet R3A08 452, MSRP 44620, Ram SN 673 402, MSRP 517, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax, title, license, see dealer for complete details, offer valid to end of the month with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253 DF Memphis, with Dave Woloshin, weekday mornings from 10 to 11.
That was one of those things, when things get too heavy, it's going to make helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. It is a thirsty Thursday. You got it's Thirst Trap Thursday. You got baseball starting in 6 minutes. That's right. Little White Sox Twins. Then at 12:35, you got some Mariners, Red Sox. At 1:10, you got the Rockies and the Royals. Then I can go on and on and on and on because we got baseball all day. You know what we don't have? Very many games tonight because, man, you got NBA action, 3 NBA games. And then you have the little thing called the draft. And again, we've learned today, that's where hope springs eternal. All those teams that suck, like the Browns and the Giants.
And the Titans.
Yeah. I was trying to be nice, too. I know you're a fan.
I know you were. I appreciate it.
They and their fan base is excited today because they're hoping they get that absolute player that's going to come in there and change the franchise. Well, Evie Van Pelt probably knows there could be a lot of dudes coming down from Ole Miss that could be changing a lot of franchises, that could hear a lot of names go in the first round, second round, all the way out through the draft. And she knows best why. Founder and publisher of the Rebel Walk, your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. You know we the home of Ole Miss. Ole Miss plays Vanderbilt tomorrow, by the way. Big little series. Draft. Lane Kiffin's a pimp. Chris Beer's the baller. Coach Yo, man, you know, if you don't know, you don't know. And then you got Mike. Dude, he got a championship. Coaching the SEC so damn long, it's not even funny. And she knows it all. Evie, how are you doing today on this beautiful Thursday?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me back. Just so excited about tonight's draft. Can't wait to see who gets called. What Rebels? The mock drafts are out. Of course, everybody just has their own opinion, and I'm ready to put it all to rest and see what happens.
I am ready for tonight. I love it. I'm really excited, and everybody, me talking with a few of the players and my daughter because I saw them. We went to the Grizzlies game on Friday, and I was always picking their brain because what else am I going to do? And they were doing a little wagers on who they thought was going to go first from the Ole Miss Rebels. Evie, what do you say? Do you remember Miss Cleo from back in the day?
I do. I do.
I need you to be my Miss
Cleo.
Cleo and tell me in your crystal ball who you see.
Oh, 1-800 call Evie. I tell you what. I think you've got to go with Walter Nolan.
That's right.
I think you have to go with Nolan. I mean, Dart, it's so interesting. I don't think Dart will be lower than the second round for sure. It absolutely could be taken in the first round, but there's so much variation. Well, he could go here, he could go there. Are the Saints trading up? Are the Giants? Whatever. But I think Nolan has pretty consistently been in the first round in the top 30, 32. So I think if I had to bet, I would bet him first.
I think it's also just crazy how much, things have changed from when the draft process started to like where we are now. Like the whole like right now, the betting odds, I don't know if you saw this, the boys out in the desert. Do you know they got Shador going to the second round and you got now Jackson Dart going in the first round as like it's minus 125. Shador goes to the second. And it's like I can't remember because I wasn't betting, but I think it was like minus 160 Dart win the first.
Yeah, I saw something just a little while ago, the odds on who drafts Dart from the boys in the desert, and it had, I think the Giants, the latest I saw was like at 135, minus 135, and then the Saints plus 250, Cleveland plus 550. Please don't be Cleveland. Nothing against Cleveland. Cleveland.
But I said earlier today, how many quarterbacks who have had potential have gone to Cleveland and the Browns kill them?
Graveyard. Yeah, please don't go there. The Steelers at plus 650 and the Rams at plus 1,400. So I don't know, I mean, right now it's like the Giants. And the thing that's interesting, about that, I mean, my gosh, David and I were talking about it before the show today, and I mean, the Giants really hadn't had anything going on
since Eli Manning.
The last quarterback. Yeah, they had. So, that would be great for them. Of course, I'm hoping the Saints get him. I have no idea. Seemed to be a lot of buzz for a few days that might happen, and it's hard to say. But what I thought was interesting, did you have an opportunity to watch any of Jackson Dart on John Gruden's interview?
You know what? I did not. I watched Seth Hennigan one, and I missed that one.
Yes, go watch the Gruden one, because I'm telling you, I would be scared to go on Gruden's show because he drills them mentally. He's got them up at the board. He gets them out on the field. He had Jackson stand up and was telling him, okay, I want this kind of snap count for this, and Jackson performed really, really well. And Gruden had that. I mean, he was posting tweets all yesterday, clips from it, the whole show. And I thought, man, isn't that kind of interesting that that's going out, literally the day before the NFL draft. But it was very positive coverage for Jackson.
Well, I mean, again, I was saying it all year. I would always ask my daughter, I'm like, yeah, man, where's Jackson Dart? She would like look at me and roll her eyes and go, at his house studying football. And I'm after the game, she's like, yeah, he don't ever go out. He's like most of the offensive linemen go over there and some of the backs and stuff, and they, after football games, go watch film. When I know, like, if I was his age and I was the quarterback at Ole Miss, I'd be doing all kinds of craziness in the square.
Oh, me too. And I just, You know,
I'd be
he
like Stu
talked about.
Patridge was back in the day.
Yes, exactly. And, you know, he talked with Gruden about that, and he said that they really tailored their offensive game plan for, you know, depending on whatever opponent was coming up next. I mean, it could be a completely, he literally said the words, it could be almost like a completely different playbook. The fall, you know, from week to week, and so no wonder he was in there studying right after the game. He was trying to learn a new playbook for whoever was coming up the coming weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna tonight's fun, and I like the betting odds for the Giants because, again, Brian Daboll, when he got Josh Allen out of Wyoming, my man was not polished. He turned him into an MVP, got him going. He likes guys who are big, based, tough kids who can take a hit. Jackson can do all that. And you have the Joe Judge, was in Oxford last year, now with the Giants. You have Brian Daboll, who's been great friends with Charlie Weiss Sr. forever, who was the play caller, Charlie Weiss Jr. It just feels like almost the perfect like storm for Jackson Dart. And then he gets an opportunity, and I don't think he's going to be too long, but he wouldn't have to start right away. They did go get Russell Wilson. You got a great guy in Jameis Wilson. Jameis Winston,
yes,
who's just
yes.
awesome.
So they've got, yes. I was going to ask you about that. How do you feel? Do you feel that he goes in and you know, sits and learns behind those two guys? And because I think, you know, that's what the general consensus seems to be, that it would be, you know, better for
his
Jackson
development.
and his
Look, they
future.
did it with Pat Mahomes. I'm getting Pat Mahomes coming out of Texas Tech through 400 yards and like over 400 yards. I can't remember. It was like 6 games or something. Like, this is a dude who was a slinger, sits a year behind Alex Smith, learns the NFL, and then once he hit the ground, he was running. I like the fact that, you know, Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years. Jordan Love sat for 3 years. You know, like learning the system is, I think, you know, it's development. I mean, they don't come in as a freshman all the time. I mean, Jackson Dart, you know, he had a few roads and a couple stops before he found his spot. So I would hope that he would sit, and then next thing you know, 2026, he hits the ground running.
I think so too. And I think, you know, from, you know, your daughter was right. I mean, it sounds like Jackson is such a studious guy and has spent so much time studying. And I think that that's just one benefit of drafting him. You know what you're going to get. And again, in that Gruden interview, I mean, again, I was just struck by how well he handles himself, and that really, you know, his entire senior year and even his junior year, you know, there was just such a leap, not only in how he performed on the field, but how he performed, you know, in front of the camera and with media. And I think that, you know, teams in meeting with him, you know, have had, I think, meetings we've heard, you know, have all gone really well because he just presents himself very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically already a professional. At least that's how he carries himself. And the other thing is New York. New York. Could you imagine all the vices? My man ain't going to be out on the town.
No,
he's going to be working. He's going to be in the facility. I can tell you he's going to be living there. That's just how he is. So I'm hoping that everything works out for him and he goes to a team that, you know, it's a perfect fit. So we'll find out tonight. But what about the other Rebels?
Well, I tell you what, you know, it's interesting. I think the most Rebels that have been drafted at one time was 9, and that was back in 1971, Archie Manning, and when he was taken number 2, and then that season, that's how many there were. And, you know, I mean, I think the Rebels could eclipse that. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening, but, you know, with Dart and Nolan, you know, then
Chris
you sit there
Paul's getting all kinds of love.
And so is Trey Amos.
Oh, yeah, I keep seeing them talking about him, like the corner, he can, you know, everything. They love him.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually, you know, I mean, I saw one mock draft that had Trey in the first round. So, you know, he's incredibly athletic. He was the high school state champion in the long jump, by the way. I just think that he's going to be one to watch. JJ Pegues I mean, what's going to happen with JJ? You want to talk about, as we've talked before, you want to talk about somebody who does well in interviews. That's our man, JJ Pegues from Oxford, Mississippi. And I think, when you got, like we said, a defensive tackle who can also play running back and who can also play tight end, I think we're going to see JJ get drafted at some point. And Jared Ivey is another, my gosh, he's got just a devastating initial punch with his hands that just jolt tackles backwards. I think you'll see him drafted at some point, and the list goes on. Trey Harris.
I was going to say that's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. When y'all realize he was out 2 weeks and he still was leading the SEC in receiving yards.
Yeah, for a long time. He missed so many games, and he still had a little over 1,000 yards last year. And that is just amazing. He was just a 2-star recruit. He was at Louisiana Tech, and actually in high school he was a dual threat quarterback. And then they moved him to receiver at Louisiana Tech, and then he, transferred to Ole Miss, and the rest is history there. But 6'3", 210. I just think we're going to, obviously, I think we'll see him drafted at some point. He's looking healthy. He was healthy at Pro Day. He was healthy at the Combine. Princely Umanmielen, that's another one. He said he didn't know of 20 players better than he is in the NFL draft, so we'll see where he's picked. But
You got to have that right there. I love that.
Man, you want that in one of those big boys up on the defensive line. Gosh, I think that, with him last season, with those players on that defensive line, Ole Miss set a school record with 52 sacks and 120 tackles for loss. And that was just insane. They, including Princely, were just all over everywhere. And so, I think Pooh Paul, we talked about Pooh Paul. Where's he going to go? I think Pooh gets drafted. He was fantastic at Arkansas. He was a freshman All-SEC, 62 tackles, 8 tackles for loss his redshirt freshman season. Ultimately, the portal comes to Ole Miss, and he just exploded, I think, onto the national scene. He led the team this last season with 88 tackles, 50 of which were solo, 11 tackles for loss. First team All-America from USA Today, and so I think we're going to see him. It's just you just name player after player after player. So going to be interesting to see if they can break that record from 1971. And Jordan Watkins, don't forget Jordan Watkins. Don't sleep on him. Another, what I'm finding a thread throughout all of this is every one of these guys I mentioned is a quality guy as a human being. Just never got in any trouble. And just high character guys.
Are you saying we're not going to have anybody smoking weed in a gas mask tonight?
I don't think we are. Knock on wood. I don't think was that. I still have PTSD from that. I really do. I tell you, and that's the most draft picks I think Ole Miss had in the first round was that year. I think there were the 3. The last first round draft pick that Ole Miss had was Evan Ingram, tight end Evan Ingram, back in 2017. So
wow, really?
I think so it's been a minute.
Holy
so
cow.
I think that's so here we go. I definitely think we'll have a Rebel in the first round tonight.
So I guess, man, when was Larry Tuttle? So how long ago was that then? Was that
2016?
Okay,
yeah.
It was the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was like, man, that's one of those things you think I would remember because my childish self, I was cracking up. I was like, draft that guy.
Seriously, and what an NFL career he has had.
Mm-hmm.
But my goodness, yeah, that year that was something else. Really and truly, that was the year they had. I think Tunsil maybe was 13th, Treadwell was like 23rd, and Kim Dichie was maybe 29. So there were three first-rounders there. But what an eventful night.
That's one to remember, that's for sure. Now, kind of wanted to go back to Trey Harris for just 1 second, because when I look at this year's draft class, like Travis Hunter, you got, McMillan. There's, I think Emeka Egbuka is going to actually be drafted ahead of him as well. Luther Burden, Matthew Golden, because of the crazy speed. Like, Trey Harris is probably the 6th, 7th best wide receiver according to most mock drafts, or, where people have him. Ran a very surprisingly, 4.5. I thought he would be a little faster because he sure looked fast on Saturday. But he tracks the ball, he high points it, he does all kinds of amazing things. He has a chance, I think, to fall to a place where you need somebody to come in there. Like, he's one of those guys that could get in that great landing spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's another guy who's going to be in there studying and learning the system. They all, he and Dart were inseparable in that way a lot of the time. And so, you like his chances. Anytime you're throwing up a 50-50 ball, you have to think a healthy Trey Harris gets that ball. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think, in fact, I even read somewhere that his best fit will be with teams that deploy traditional X-receivers and aren't afraid to give their wideouts chances on 50-50 balls. Think Baltimore, Kansas City, or Green Bay, offenses that can leverage his catch radius and physicality.
Dude, if you put him with some little Patty Mahomes, man, talk about eating.
Woo, man, isn't that the truth? And you go back to speed. You're right. He's not going to threaten the 4.3 guys in a foot race, but he has size, strong hands, competitive toughness.
He can get off the line of scrimmage. You ain't going to get up there and keep him on the line of scrimmage, which I like. He's strong.
No, yeah, exactly. So, I think that I'm really eager to see where he goes to. He's mocked. It's hard to know. You're right. So much of it is who else is in the mix there, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the second round.
I'm pretty excited about the NFL draft. I'm also excited about the Ole Miss future when it comes down to Lane. I can't wait for Austin Simmons. I don't know, man. I guess the thing is every single year, the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, man, I can't believe this kid, is going to come. He could have dominated high school. Is he really going to be able? And then the first time you see him pitch at Ole Miss, you were like, damn, glad he ain't pitching high school kids. And then when he came in, they had Walker Howard and Jackson Dart, and I'm like, man, I understand he wants to learn the system, but, man, you talk about a long line. I figured Walker would still, this is where he was going to be. So, I'm thinking to myself, and then you just watch this kid grow and mature, and every single thing is in front of him, and we know what happened against Georgia on 4th down. And I just feel like this kid, the ability that he has almost to do anything, the fact that he's probably the smartest dude possibly that's going to be under center next year because he's almost a genius.
Yeah.
And
I think he graduated, like we said, 2 years early. He was done, I think the beginning of what should have been his sophomore year. He had finished, and it's interesting when you talk to him. He has you're right, a maturity around him. What I like is he came to Ole Miss even with all those quarterbacks.
Yes.
He wasn't scared. He wasn't scared, And he also seems to be a very a loyal guy, Yes, he's humble and he's loyal. And a lot of times, I am quite sure that Austin Simmons has had bags thrown at him, through the tamper portal, I'm sure. But we got to talk to him last week, and he just said, he doesn't look at being the guy now differently than when he was the backup. He said, football's football at the end of the day. If I'm the backup quarterback, if I'm the starter, it doesn't matter. We're still playing football. We're preparing for one thing. We always have a goal, and that's to win a national championship. And he said, I like to set forth a goal for myself each and every day to always progress and get better at one thing every day. And he has a maturity beyond his age. And I interviewed him when he very first got to campus as a 17-year-old, and he just said he's very good at time management, prioritizing his time. And, I thought I was talking to a 35-year-old, but
I know. I was thinking to myself, man, if
excited.
it don't work out on the field, man, you'd be a great PR guy or life coach. Jeez. Like, guy just has it together at such a young age. Very, very impressive. You know what else was impressive, Evie? That walk-off.
Oh, that walk-off against Mississippi State in the Governor's Cup this week. That was something else. I don't know that I saw that coming, but I tell you what, it was very, very exciting. And I tell you, Hudson Calhoun came in and pitched, and I thought he looked pretty darn good. So
yeah, that's one thing. The staff's been very, very, I would say, solid all season long. Very solid.
Yes, I think so too. And so that was a great game. Ole Miss, I think, needed that. I don't know what happened to them after the Tennessee. It's like the Tennessee series just broke them for a minute. I mean, they I don't know.
I mean, Friday night, they had some that Tennessee series. They were, you could tell every man was just they were all in it. And losing the hard, damn, Liam Doyle that Friday night, 3-2, and then the way everything, that's just a hard fought series, and to come up short sometimes kind of gets in your head.
It really does, and I think, man, what about Austin Foley hitting that home run? He hit the home run against State that tied it up, so they went into extra innings. Will Furness had a home run and 3 RBI. Just, fantastic game. And what about the series before that last weekend when Foley hit a home run and his mom caught it?
I didn't even know that because, Evie, guess what? Last weekend, Chas went out of town to Miami. I don't remember anything from last weekend. I'm glad I got here most of the days. I didn't know it was a week. It was a week and a weekend. And
how funny.
I'm so glad she's back. I think probably our listeners are too.
Yes, I bet they are. That's funny, but no, I hope she had a great time. But his mother
caught the ball?
Yes, a home run, a grand slam. It was a grand slam. And she caught the ball. I mean, it was amazing. She even later, now I saw film of it, but then later I saw she was filming. And so you actually can kind of see from her, her perspective. But yeah, what a moment there. So that was fun. And this series coming up with Vanderbilt, and I don't know that Bianco has released the starting rotation yet. So it may be, the same. But we have seen a lot of good things from Mason Morris. So there's a lot of talk. What's he going to do there? Is he going to keep him coming in? Behind Hunter, and then I think you got to give Hudson Calhoun a look because he did great against Mississippi State, and that wasn't your usual midweek. So I think he definitely would be one that I would look at. He pitched 3 innings. 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So in 10 batters faced. So, I'd be looking at Mr. Calhoun.
I'm looking forward to the series tomorrow. You can hear all the action starting Friday at 6 p.m. You got your Saturday game right here at 4:30, and Sunday 1 p.m. the broadcast starts. Chris Beard, how's the portal?
So far, Beard has picked up 3 players, and people can check that out. We've got a basketball tracker. We've got articles on the players, but also, it's interesting. I mean, I think Chris Beard, fans are like, well, what's happening? Why haven't we signed more people? We're losing, we're losing so many people. We're losing Morrell and Brakefield and Padula and Juju and, on and on. But, I think our man Chris Beard is in control. I'm not at all worried about that. We've still got some visitors coming in. And I think he's being very strategic. And, there's some talk out there that when the portal first opened, the prices were outrageous, like $4 million to get this player to this school. And they've come down a little bit. So there's a theory
JT
that...
Toppin, kind of like when he got all that money at Texas Tech, that everybody was like, whoa.
Yes, that's at Texas Tech.
Oil
West
money.
Texas, oil money. So... Anyway, but I'm not worried about that. Again, he's picked up three good commits thus far, and I think we'll see more. He's not whatever his strategy is, and I fully believe in it. But it is not the same strategy as Coach Yo. Coach Yo, I texted Coach
She
Yo.
just went out and just kicked everybody in the face, grabbed them, threw them in the back of a van, and said, "You're playing at Ole Miss."
Yeah. And it's funny because I texted her a couple of days ago, and I said, "Yo, has somebody called 911 on you because you are murdering the transfer portal?" And she laughed, but she really has. She's done an outstanding job. She's picked up
got some girl out that's 6'5".
Yes, she's picked up a 6'5" center and a 6'4" forward. So Desiree Kyles is a 6'5" center. Latasha Lattimore is a 6'4" forward. She got another 6'1" guard, 6'1" forward. She's getting the height there to compete. And then, interestingly, it's funny to me, she got this week her second player from Mississippi State, her second starter from Mississippi State. So she got Debrisha Poe, a 6'1" guard/forward, and then she got Denham DeShields, and I remember Denham DeShields. She's a little 5'5" guard, but man, she's quick. And it seemed like at times when Ole Miss was playing her, we couldn't stop her. She'd drive to the basket, and it was just ridiculous. So I had a chance to interview her. Well, all the girls I've had a chance to talk to, and to a woman, every single one of them talks about the reason they're coming is to play for Coach Yo, and they know how hard she is, but they know that she'll make them better players.
Well, you had two teams last year in the Sweet 16. I know that had to feel good. You had Ole Miss finish in the top, what was they finally at the end of the year 13th or 12th? I can't even remember, 14th. Everything has been looking pretty good down in Oxford. Mike's got things going on in baseball, and I know y'all are busy over at the Rebel Walk, your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. When you need something on Ole Miss, just go to therebelwalk.com or just give Evie a follow at Ole Miss Evie. Evie, thank you so much for all the time you give me. I always learn something. Tell David I said what up, and y'all enjoy the draft, the baseball, the basketball, the football, because I know you in it all.
Thank you so much, and I'm excited for the draft, and people can go to therebelwalk.com, and we'll have a NFL draft tracker they can keep up with. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and hope you have a great rest of your week.
Be blessed, Evie. That's Ole Miss Evie. You're going to have to drop me, man. Damn, drop. Yo, look at you with the fast finger. You've been doing the 2-knuckle shuffle practice like I told you, haven't you?
5-knuckle shuffle.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You don't want that, dude. I'm an idiot. I'm going to take a timeout. And guess what? Found Isaac Simpson.
He's going to be on the other side?
Yep. And guess what he's talking about? Tigers
NFL
and Grizzlies.
Draft.
No.
Golf.
No.
I'm just messing with you.
How much golf have you ever heard me talk? I'll talk about Paige Spreenak.
Maybe like 30 seconds in the last week.
I mentioned the Masters was on when I told about my terrible bet.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's all you need, man.
I will say that I do like playing golf with my friends, drinking Tito's, but they say I have I don't have the proper etiquette on a golf course.
Yeah.
Y'all don't touch the dial. We're talking Isaac Simpson on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Air. We breathe it naturally. Simple, right? Not so fast. The air you breathe could be hazardous to your health. Don't guess. Be sure with a phone call to the Memphis Memphis Mold Inspector, the only licensed mold assessor in the Mid-South. Call the Memphis Mold Inspector to check the air quality inside your home and office. Protect babies, pets, new homes, old homes, employees, friends, loved ones, and you. Just call 901-292-7788 for clean air and peace of mind. 901-292-7788 for the Memphis Mold Inspector.
Hi, it's the Herd. Not everybody who handles your personal information is going to be as careful as you are. Only takes one mistake to expose it to hackers and identity theft, and maybe that's why there's a new victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there is LifeLock. They monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock U.S.-based restoration specialist will help solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed, or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by their $1 million protection package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You can't control how diligent others are with your personal info, but with LifeLock, you can help protect it. Act now and save up to 40% your first year with the promo code HERD, H-E-R-D, at LifeLock.com. That's up to 40% off. The promo code is HERD, H-E-R-D, at LifeLock.com. Terms apply. LifeLock, for the threats you can't control.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director of Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still open. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Triplite Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably, keep the power on, and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Triplite by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing equipment. Find out more at cdw.com/triplite.
Spring is really one of the best times of year for sports and visiting Bell Tavern, Memphis' perfect downtown neighborhood bar. The Bell Tavern is a sports bar, but with the beginning of baseball, the stretch run for the Grizzlies, and everything else that's going on, there is simply no better place to be than Bell Tavern. One thing people say all the time is that they have made more friends at Bell Tavern than they have at any other bar, and that's because Bell Tavern is a grown-up bar where people treat one another with respect, and that's how you make friends. You go to a friendly place and find out what you have in common, like, say, Bell Tavern.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a Thirsty Thursday, always brought to you by the best, and that's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Yummy to my tummy because it's oh so yummy. And speaking of yummy to my tummy, man, I might have to fast on Friday. Because on Saturday, I'm going to be eating hot wings all day down at River Garden Park. Because I'm going to the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival, and you can too. Just go to worldwingfest.com, get your tickets. There's a parade, there's 2 stages, 4 bands, hot wing eating contest, music. Man, it's just gonna be a beautiful day. It's like a little warm up for that Memphis in May, man. I'm telling you, do it and do it for a great cause. The Ronald McDonald House of Charities. Thank you, RS Financial Group, Bank 3, ATC Fitness, Universal Access. We got so many great sponsors that allow us to put on this event to raise money for the Ronald McDonald House Charities and also give everybody downtown one hell of a time. I will tell you, I'm grateful because, I'm doing I'm going to be at the wings. I'm going to be eating wings, drinking Tito's, and chilling because I'm scared. I would be scared of what's going on Saturday with them Grizzlies, if you know what I'm saying. But they got a game tonight, and I got the guy who knows everything about the Grizzlies, the Tigers, and, of course, his Cowboys, Isaac Simpson. What's up, homie?
Man, what's going on, Johnny? How are you?
Man, I'm blessed. I can't complain at all. My day's almost over. Fired up. Draft tonight. Basketball. It's going to be a special day. And Chaz has been back long enough to where I can just say, all right, babe, back to work. Go find something to do. So, Isaac, how you feeling about the Grizzlies' chances?
Man, I can't lie. I'm not feeling great, man. When they had a chance to go back to the Dallas game, man, I knew if they won that game, if you've been watching this team all year, man, I don't think you can be surprised. I don't think if anybody thought they were going to lose by 51 in a game, but this is just kind of what they've been this year. I think they were like 8-32 against teams above 500 on the season. I mean, they just have not been able to beat anybody with a pulse this year, and I definitely didn't think that would change in the postseason. And OKC is just on a different level right now, and I think they've shown that through the first two games. I think if they're going to win one, I think it'll be tonight. If they lose tonight and go down 0-3, I think Saturday, I don't know if they can muster up even the spirit to compete in that game. So I think tonight's the night. If they're going to make any kind of noise in this series, I think they have to get it done tonight. But, man, I don't think anything that you saw in those first two games in OKC gives you any confidence that that's what we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, I feel you on that. And the one thing, again, like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, I don't know where the season fell apart. Like, was it like they went on the All-Star break and came back and were broken?
Yeah, man, it's weird. But to think about it, again,
trade deadline, too.
I think it was a little bit of fool's gold because they were beating up on bad teams. The schedule, they had like the easiest schedule in the league, I think, pre-All-Star break, and the hardest schedule, the toughest schedule in the league post-All-Star break. I think that it was a little bit of fool's gold. I think some of this stuff was already there. I mean, anytime they played a good team, they lose. And I think people just thought they were racking up these big wins against bad teams, and people just kind of ignored it. And I think it just all kind of came to a head in the second half of the season. But the defense just fell off the cliff, man. I don't know what happened with them defensively. I mean, I think it was, again, the numbers said they were good early in the season. You could see some kinks in the armor, though, if you really locked in and paid attention. But, man, I don't know. It's been a weird year. And again, man, I think it's going to come to an end here sooner rather than later, man. It would be nice to see them get one game, and I don't think anybody's under any assumption that they're going to really make this a series or take this to 6-7 games. I think if they get one at this point, I hate to be negative like that, I think that's a positive. If they can just get one in this series, I think you kind of take that at this point, because OKC is just, they're being exposed, man. It just shows you how far away they are. And you just kind of look back a few years ago, they were ahead of this team, and OKC's just kind of blown past them. And I think it just kind of exposes Zach Kleiman, this front office, and kind of some of the moves they made over the last few years. I mean, a lot of these teams that they were similarly ahead of and looking like what OKC is now, that's what people felt like the Grizzlies were 2 or 3 years ago, and they just shot past it.
And, I'm King Kleiman, much respect in certain aspects. Again, Jalen Wells is going to, up for Rookie of the Year, the way he found him, beautiful. Can't complain about some of those things. G.G. Jackson in the second round. But again, like when you look at OKC, like when you hit on Jalen Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, and then you bring in all the right pieces, like you didn't just
having like a million first round draft picks going forward.
Yeah.
It's insane how many draft picks they have.
Like they position themselves like it's just ridiculous. They did a great job. I mean, and then Dort's just such a ridiculous defender. Like they just have a great mix. Do you think that they are going to represent the West in the NBA Finals?
I do. I don't really see anybody beat this team, and kind of what you were just talking about. Also got a lot of big in Nikola Topic that was out for the season. He'll be back next year. Add to that as well at point guard. So that's insane, man. Just the way they're set up for the future. It's going to be scary because they can get even better. They have the cap room to go out and add another max contract player. I mean, they're they're just set up. I mean, that team's going to be good for years and years to come. So you're kind of looking at the standard of what you're going to be dealing with, and I think it shows you that the Grizzlies just aren't on par with that team, and they're in a position now where I foreshadowed all of this, man, 2 or 3 years ago, man. People really got on my case. Oh, we got a 10-year window. There's no reason to push the gas right now. And I was like, man, you just never know how these things work out. I mean, it might look like that. You might look, oh, well, this is a young team. They have forever. And a lot of times you have kind of the way the stuff went, man. You had the dodge stuff, and just a lot of things went wrong. And now here we are in a situation where they've kind of missed their flexibility window because now you got to pay Darren. Or you're going to pay Sonny. They're kind of capped out and don't have a lot of draft picks or anything to kind of make any moves, major moves, barring trading one of those big three. They're just kind of, this is basically your team right now. I mean, you can add a few pieces around the margin, but I think they're kind of at a crossroads, an inflection point right now with this franchise and with this group of guys, man, and they got to make a decision on, are they going to keep these three guys together or are they going to break them up? Because if not, if you're not trading one of those three guys, this is pretty much it. This is going to be your team, and I think they're showing right now that they're not quite good enough. And I think OKC, yeah, to answer your question, I definitely think they're going to represent the West. I can't see anybody beating that team 4 times.
Oh my goodness! Now I can talk no more about the Grizzlies. I'm about to get off. I want to eat some food today over at Los Cabos. Now let's talk a little Tigers. What do you think about their big center that they got, who was a McDonald's All-American 5-star, went to Kentucky, went to Ohio State, so far hadn't been really found himself? Can he turn it around here with Penny?
I think so. I mean, I'm covering him and covering recruiting, watching him in high school back when I was covering recruiting for Rivals. I mean, he
can run.
Well, yeah, I mean, he can knock down the three, he can stretch the floor a little bit. He just hasn't, for some reason, over those couple of years, he just hasn't really put it together on a college level, man. But you talk about a guy that's 7 foot, super athletic. Again, like you said, can step out, stretch the floor. I think in AAC, I got a feeling he's going to have, because people said the same thing about Dane Danger. Like, I was one of them. I was kind of, course, you look at his numbers, he only averaged like 6 points a game or something at Illinois. You're thinking, okay, is this guy really going to come in and be able to be, you saw how he took off. I got a feeling Bradshaw's going to have that same kind of trajectory. I think he's going to be a really good player for this team in the AAC. I think you're going to see those numbers rise, and hopefully he's going to be playing next to Dane Danger. Dane Danger trying to get that waiver.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah, they're not into the portal, so if he plays college basketball, his mom said it emphatically that if he played college basketball, he was going to be at Memphis, and he did not enter the portal. I'm not optimistic about that, but, man, if they could get Dane Danger back, man, have him and a 7-footer in there, that would be crazy.
A 7-footer that can run up and down like a crazy person, like a rim running 7-footer.
And I think that's why he's such a good fit, because the way Penny plays, like you said, likes to get up and down the floor. I think that's really going to complement Bradshaw's game, and I think you're gonna see a step taken from him that you haven't seen at the college level. I think he's gonna be a really good player for this team. So I mean, they're bringing in wings. They got a lot of guards. I think Doug McDaniel, little point guard, 5'11", played at Michigan and transferred. I think he's gonna be probably at Kansas State last year. He's gonna be the next commitment. I got a feeling that I think that's pretty much a done deal. They kind of recruited him last year when he left Michigan. Didn't end up working out, but they've gone to the well again. Kind of came to the visit came up quickly. They talked to him, and he was here like 2 days later. I think that's a marriage that's going to happen. I think giving him the keys to the car, the minutes are there, starting point guard position is there. I think they're going to lock that down. I think you're going to get that news within the next couple of days. So the roster's kind of coming together. I still think they need to get some more bigs, though, man. I don't think you can.
Yeah, because if Dane
doesn't
get that waiver, like you can't just have one dude.
Yeah, because I mean they don't really have. They got a lot of forwards, a lot of guards right now, a lot of wings. But Bradshaw is really your only big, unless you want to look at Ashton as a forward. But he's not a guy that I think you won't want to start or anything. So they definitely need to get even with Dane. Even if Dane came back, I still think they need a couple more bigs, because we kind of saw last year. This past year, how only having 3 bigs. I really think you need 4. I think you need a legit starting 4 and 5 and a legit backup for both of those guys to feel comfortable. I was worried about that all last year, and I was like, I hope this coming off season, like he doubles down on the big. So right now, man, you really only have one in the bag right now. So even if Danger was coming back, I still think they need to go back out at least get two more bigs with this recruiting class. So they got, I think, 3 scholarships left, man. So we'll see how it plays out. But
and Ashton's coming back and all kinds of just stuff.
Yeah, and I think one thing that you see, I think the vision for Penny is I think this is going to be a different kind of team. I think last year's team was top heavy and didn't have a lot of depth. I think he's going the other direction with this team and playing into the depth a little bit more than necessarily having those top stars in the starting lineup. I think it's going to be a different kind of team. I think this team is going to have better players off the bench than that team last year and not have to rely so heavily and have guys playing 35, 36, 37 minutes every game. And I think that's kind of what he's doing. That's why he's bringing in all these guys. So they're going to have a lot of depth at guard left and forward, man, but they got to go out there and get some bigs for sure.
Isaac, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Everybody follow him at Isaac__NBA. I'm telling you, my man's tweeting like it's going out of style. And I agree with you, by the way. Let me tell you something. The Shedeur Sanders stuff thing to me is a little bit buck wild. Like, damn.
It's crazy. I'm looking at the odds, man, and now
favored to go in the second round.
Saints, Jackson Dart has the best odds to go 9 to the Saints now, which is crazy. I just checked before I jumped on here, and kind of disappointed, man. My guy Ted McMillan, who I'm hoping the Cowboys
you praying for him to be a Cowboy?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like now that he has the best shot to go to the Bears. He has the best odds to go to the Bears. That's completely flipped within the last couple of hours, so they must be getting intel that the Bears really like him because he wasn't even, I think, in their top 5 like 2 hours ago, and now he's number 1 to the Bears. So I'm kind of scared, man. We're going to just miss out on him, man. If the Bears take him at 10, man, going to break my heart. But we'll see how it plays out.
Isaac, go back and enjoy your day. I mean, you got White Sox baseball, you got the NFL draft, you got the Grizzlies tonight. I know you're going to be busy, so have a good one, my friend.
Will do, man. Talk to you next week.
That is Isaac Simpson. Back in 2 shakes. I got to give you a bet. Sports56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Kubota Orange Days are here, so come see them Saturday, April 26th for food, fun, and a lot of Kubota Orange. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and personal RTVs, get your perfect match. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months on select compact tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com. Kubota Orange Days, Saturday, April 26th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. with Sports 56 and Larry's Barbecue from 11 to 1 at First Choice, Farm and Lawn, North 701, Highway 64 in East.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Hernando, Little Rock, and Cleveland, Mississippi specializes in flooring and carpet, tile, mattress, and shutters and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
It is too. I am not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that April is just one of the great months to sit outside at Central Barbecue.
I didn't say there weren't other great months to sit outside at Central Barbecue locations.
And there are a lot of them, and they all have outdoor seating.
I don't think you had to interrupt me for that. What I'm saying is April is particularly great because it's the first month where we can sit outside in Memphis.
In South Haven?
Stop interrupting me. I was going to say South Haven.
No, you weren't. You always forget about South Haven.
I resent that.
Hey, I produce these. You want me to back the tape up?
No. It's still the best month to sit outside at Central Barbecue.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not point your finger saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thursday, everybody. One of our texters came in and said the local media are clueless about the Grizzlies. He said, man, and I ain't gonna argue, the Grizzlies' recent struggles, they're due to poor coaching. The Grizzlies have a championship roster. OKC is a fraud and will not make it to the finals this year. We'll see. I will tell you one thing. Time will tell all truths. So we'll figure it out. But I will tell you 2 years ago, man, I was like, brah, we gonna get us a parade up in our city. Now I just like, oh, man, are you excited about the NFL draft today? Also, I had to tell one other thing. If you want to win tonight, this is about my man, Kevin. He said, Kevin B, by the way. B. He said, let's send some of those women on Lamar to the hotel where OKC's staying. They are definitely bringing the gash. Hey, I put it out there. Y'all are smart. I appreciate all the love.
Send out your followers to go carry out our ideas.
Hey, man, this is Memphis, man. We rooting for the Grizzlies. But we got to do what we got to do. We going to do it. Strike up the band. Who we betting on today? Well, it's not going to be Memphis Grizzlies. I'm sorry. That just seems absolute lunacy.
Good call.
This, however, doesn't seem like a lunacy pick. Just was checking. Second quarterback off the board, Jackson Dart, right now minus 125. I don't know if I believe all of the slander, but I do feel like that tidal wave has kind of sunken in. You're hearing that the Giants are fielding phone calls to move down. I think we could see it. Also, Travis Hunter going to the Browns is pretty much locked and loaded.
Yeah, I think so too.
And he's a stud. Don't get me wrong. And by the way, somebody the other day said, man, I can't believe you don't like Travis Hunter. I'm like, what do you mean I don't like Travis Hunter? Dude's a stud. I just don't think in a sport where you are a specialist, it's specialization in the NFL. You got, like, you just, this ain't high school football. This ain't college. By the way, not many people can do it. And it's so impressive. He had over 700 snaps on both sides of the ball. Damn impressive. But 17 freaking games in the postseason against the biggest, the largest. I just been worried that would be too much abuse on your body. And I'm just saying, you'll be an all-pro corner or you'll be an all-pro wide receiver. I don't know if you can be both. And again, would you rather have 2 5s or 110? I'm taking 110.
Amen.
Be a 10. In fact, all y'all go out there and be a 10. Have a beautiful day, man. Thank you for landing Isaac Simpson, Evie Van Pelt. It is time for me to go down to Hot 107 and talk to Superman, and then I'm going to Los Cabos. That's my time. Peace.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Winton Road.
Chris Price here with Metro Builders Memphis. In the wake of the large storm systems that passed through the Mid-South, our 8 shingle crew, 3 TPO commercial flat roof crews, and even 2 metal and tile crews are all out assisting policyholders. We won't stop until all have been restored to pre-storm condition. Many homes throughout the Mid-South were hit by hail, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and yes, even 2-inch hail fell in the Mid-South. Many times hail damage will go unnoticed. Many people think it's no big deal. However, shingles and yes, even metal roofs are compromised. In time, show signs of leaks and on coatings, rust due to breaking the coating, which in turn ends up leaking. If you had hail and high winds, look up, or better yet, have us come look up for you. Water left unattended will turn into health issues in the home or business. Our staff will perform inspections for free. That's right, free. Inspections of all the roof, attic, and interior to ensure that no shingle panel or insulation go unturned. Call Metro Builders now. Call us. 375-1717. That's 375-1717. Or check us out online sportsfocus.com. It's the Freedom of Choice pricing program, Ram Truck Month and Jeep celebration all in one at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat on the Pike. 2025 Compass Latitude 4x4, $49.69 off MSRP and $24,796 with Jeep Select Terrain System. Go from snow, sand, and mud. 2024 Dodge Hornet RT all-wheel drive, $12,673 off or $397 a month with a turbocharged 2.0-liter engine standard. One of the most powerful SUVs in its class. Or 0% for 72 months is available. 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman Crew Cab with best-in-class payload capacity, now $13,335 off MSRP, or 1.9 for 72 is available. So drive past the rest and come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat online at GossettMotorCars.net. If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
7704, MSRP 29765, Hornet R3 A08 452, MSRP 44620, Ram SN 673 402, MSRP 517, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax title license, CD for complete details, offer valid to end of the month with approved credit, dealer stock only.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of area jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by area just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier is the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores.